Some of you already know what that means. You may have even experienced it. You might be wondering, how do I know about this subject? Well, it's happened to me. At first, I avoided the issue and didn't know who to ask for help.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. As we can see at the previous clip before, that is the one of the act of the sexual harassment. So, our topic for this video is about post-traumatic stress disorder, but focusing more on sexual harassment towards victims' mental health. So, before going further, I'm going to explain what is sexual harassment, what is post-traumatic stress disorder, and the next person is going to talk about how sexual harassment negatively affect the victim's mental health. So, firstly, what is post-traumatic stress disorder? Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, is a mental health condition that is triggered by a terrifying event. Either experience it or witness it. Next, what is sexual harassment? Sexual harassment is unwelcome sexual behavior that is offensive, humiliating, or intimidating. So, basically, survivors of sexual harassment can develop symptom of PTSD. That's why it can affect our mental health. Additional information, there are five forms of sexual harassment. Firstly, verbal. Secondly, non-verbal. Thirdly, visual. Fourthly, psychological. And fifthly, there is last, physical harassment. That's all. Thank you.
Now, I am going to talk about the negative effect that affects the victim's mental health. The first effect of sexual harassment towards the victim's mental health is depression. Depression is when feelings of sadness and hopelessness persist for extended periods of time and interfere with normal processes. Your conduct and relationships with others, especially your loved ones, may be impacted as well. Anyone, regardless of age, gender, race, nationality, or religion, can experience depression. Feelings of helplessness or despair may result from it. It could also make someone feel less valuable. Mental health problem like depression is not a new mental illness nowadays. There are a lot of people who suffer from it, regardless of whatever causes it. But sexual harassment is a big contributor to this problem. The survivors may find it hard to focus on their work and may neglect their own health. For some extent, a person who has depression might have an intention to end their life by committing suicide. That just explains how dangerous depression is. Therefore, the survivors who have depression need to take an action by taking a therapy or by talking to the expert such as psychologists to help them endure this kind of mental illness because of sexual harassment.
Okay, next, the negative effect of sexual harassment towards the victim is anxiety. What is anxiety? Anxiety is a sensation of worry, dread, and unease, and usually the person who have anxiety attack will have rapid heartbeat, feeling agitated, and starts to perspire. Usually, anxiety attack will occur when we are having an exam or when we are making a crucial decision. But sexual harassment may also lead to anxiety problem. The survivors may experience agoraphobia, which is they start to fear to leave their house, and also usually the patient who have anxiety problem will be prescribed by the doctor to take some medication such as anti-anxiety medicine and also some antidepressant. Thirdly, the negative effect of sexual harassment towards the victim is PTSD. Okay, what is PTSD? PTSD stands for post-traumatic stress disorder. This topic had been discussed by Amanda Spray, which is a clinical psychologist in NYU Langone Health. Okay, we frequently heard that PTSD problem occurs among soldiers and victims that involved in war, but in reality, the most common type of trauma among women with PTSD is because of sexual assault. According to Amanda Spray, PTSD symptoms include avoidance of people, places, or things that make you think of the traumatic incident as well as unwelcome recollection of the terrible event. According to Spray, victims of sexual harassment or assault who experience PTSD also frequently feel like they are not themselves. PTSD also may cause flashbacks of the incident in the patient's mind. So, PTSD might be related to anxiety just now, which anxiety will cause the patient to become worry and fear to leave their house, and PTSD will cause the flashbacks, and because of the flashback, the person will not have the bravery to leave their house, and they will start to worry, and that is how PTSD and anxiety is related.
In a nutshell, the topic today regarding sexual harassment and post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD are issues that cannot be disclosed and silent by the people. We have discussed on how traumatic event from sexual harassment can lead to depression, anxiety, attachment issues, and worse, the PTSD itself, which severe the victim's mental health. Therefore, the awareness is significant in order to spread the right knowledge regarding sexual harassment and PTSD. Hopefully, from the awareness, it can change the perception and a way of thinking, then can change the action of response so that it can protect the individual, community, and country. And also, from the awareness, hopefully, it can ensure a bright future for the next generation. Optimistically, the aspiration and ambition to make a world with peaceful, harmony, and healthy mental health can be achieved if all together raising awareness and take action to fight for sexual harassment and PTSD. That's all from us. Thank you.
Any question from the floor?